if someone wants to go ahead and pick up a house now in this market where we have a housing shortage, etc., you know, and there's a bunch of guys that actually specialize in buying like a single family home, and we had Chris Crone on, and he specializes in that. How do you think that people should go about picking up their first investment property now in 2024 going into 2025?
You got to get the idea out of your head that you're going to buy a couple properties and retire. That has been way oversold, and a lot of people bought into this. Like, really? I'm just going to buy 4 duplexes and then live off the cash flow. I don't have to work anymore. A lot of people bought into that. And that was spread by people in my industry that wanted to sell you a course. And that's the easiest sale ever, is to say, if you just get a couple houses, take my course for $10,000, I'll teach you how to do it. You'll never work again. So that's part of it. You have to give yourself a longer time horizon. You have to understand that real estate is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-slow scheme. It is almost guaranteed to work because of inflation. If you understand macroeconomics and how this works, prices have to keep going up. And then what I would like to see more of, which isn't going to be popular, but it was like eating your vegetables, is for more people to start living. Like, if you bought a house and rented the rooms out to your coworkers or your buddies and lived rent free, and you didn't make money off the deal, but you just eliminated your $3,000 a month of rent, over a year, that's $36,000. Over 3 years, that's $100,000 basically that you can save, that can become the down payment for your next house. Like, people need to be thinking at this point about all the luxuries that we spend money on that we don't have to. You don't have to have all of these types of things. The last 10 years of the best economy anyone's ever seen from all the money printing made luxury seem normal. No one thought about the fact that, like, you don't need all of this stuff that we have. We got very soft. And I think we're kind of seeing a reckoning right now that if people aren't recognizing that, I think there's a lot of bitterness. They're just frustrated that they can't get money as easy as they used to, and the economy's not good, and everything's costing more money than it ever cost before. But I mean, think about like how much a t-shirt costs. You can get a t-shirt for like $15 at Walmart. Socks. It was at a point where it almost made more sense to throw it away and get another t-shirt than it would be to like wash it. That that is not a normal thing to have, and so that's because we're bringing all this stuff in from other countries where you have people doing this stuff for pennies on the dollar. But we in America think that's a regular thing. Yeah. Right? We don't have people that wash clothes. Like, have you ever taken your shoes to get fixed like we used to do if you got like a hole in the sole? Like, nobody's doing that. No. You just could throw it away and buy another pair of shoes because someone in Indonesia is going to be making them for you for cheap.
So this might sound weird, just to add to your point, but I'll go to Target to buy sheets, right? And like, instead of washing them,
just get new sheets.
Just get new sheets.
Yeah. What's going to set you back? How much are sheets?
15, 10 bucks.
Literally, you can make more. It doesn't make sense to wash it at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
That's how incredibly affluent we are in America. That's my point. And if we can understand that this is not normal, that we are crazy rich in this country, that even the low-income people are doing better than other people in other countries, you can live beneath your means without feeling like you're getting ripped off in life. It's like a mindset that you have to adopt to grind again, and then saving money that you were spending on rent, living with other people. You don't have as much comfort, but you're working harder, especially if you're a young man. You had no reason not to have roommates when you're a young man. You don't have a family or anything like that. Yeah. You can sort of get that momentum going and build back up again.
But to Myron's credit, he's very good at being a minimalist and very good at spending money. So for him, it's like live low, low expenses, and just enjoy life.
Yeah, and then you know, obviously invest as much as you can. Yeah. This whole the concept you mentioned about buy 4 duplexes never work again. Can you tell the people like what they should aim to do instead versus what do you think how many homes or how many doors should they control to get that financial freedom, do you think, in your opinion?
Nowadays.
I don't know if it's about doors. I think financial freedom happens by like the market working in your favor. Okay. And you can't control when it does, just like you can't control the card that the blackjack dealer is going to put out. But you can recognize if a guy's counting cards, the odds of a face card are really high right now. So I'm gonna play my cards according to that. I'm gonna make my bets according to that. When I was buying in 2009, 2010, 11, I had no idea that was the down market. We thought it was going down more. I got criticism for buying at that time, and now we all say, "I wish it was then. I would have bought again," but nobody would because everyone was losing their jobs. Everyone was afraid to buy real estate. I didn't know the market was going to explode up, and I didn't know that they were going to print all this money.
Do you own some of those homes that you still?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I bought a house it had been the first house I bought sold for $565,000 brand new. I bought it for $195,000.
Okay, $195K. Okay,
yeah, it's back up to $550,000, $560,000
right now.
Yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. But the rent also, when I bought it, was like $1,200 a month. The rent now is like $3,000 a month.
Wow.
That's a big difference. So what would happen is if I wanted to have financial freedom, it happened. I didn't go like make rents go up.
Gotcha.
You put buoys in the water. When the tide rose, financial freedom kind of finds you from making smart decisions.
Gotcha. So make smart decisions. Obviously, yeah, spread your eggs out there, right? Buy the properties, etc. And then obviously, if you made the good decisions, time will show that.
Yeah. And then you get, but here's another thing to think about. I thought about, because everyone's telling me, you're making $6,000 a month in rent. You could just quit. Why are you still working? I was a cop at that time.
Yeah.
Maybe the rents have appreciated to $7,000 a month at this point, but look how much everything else is appreciated.
A lot.
Yeah.
$7,000 a month 8 years ago was way more than what $7,000 a month is buying you right now. I don't know that it's wise for everyone to be in a rush to quit working. I do think if you hate your job, you're not happy, you can build up a nest egg or a safety net and then take a risk.
Careers.
Yeah, change careers, start a business, get another job, go try some things and fail and figure it out. But like just this idea that a grown man shouldn't be working at all and that the goal is just to go frivolously live off of money from your rental income is kind of stupid.
We had a debate the other day, and the topic was bringing up people's actual income, right? And they mentioned 100K a year is not enough to live how you want to live. And I was like, nah, bro, that's enough money. When I thought about it, dude, cost of food, having fun with your family, going on trips, maybe if you want to twice a year, even just having like luxuries in America are like so expensive. I feel like that's not enough anymore anyway. So 100K is like, to me, not that much money anyway nowadays.
Have you noticed that when a woman gets used to a certain lifestyle, it gets harder and harder for her actually to be happy?
Yeah,
For sure.
Right? The same thing happens to men when it comes to like the workplace. When life is too easy for you, even when you sit in a temperature controlled environment and you're not physically strained at all, you still start to feel sorry for yourself and you get in a negative attitude where nothing's fair. But if you saw what people are living like in China, in the Philippines, and Vietnam, you would be like, I got the best job ever. I sit in this chair and the computer does all the work. I don't have to do anything. I know no one wants to hear that when they want to hear how to get rich, but sometimes the market isn't offering you the opportunities to get rich. You have to play the long game, right? So when that happens, you can still feel rich by recognizing you are if you live in this country. And the same, like, and also recognizing that the women that have taken that path where they have a Mercedes, but it's not enough because they want a Porsche, and they get a Porsche, and that's not enough because they want something else, and then they need bags. They never actually end up happy. They end up in a cycle of being perpetually unhappy, which is why you said, like Myron, being a minimalist, you're going to appreciate the stuff that you have way more
for sure
than if you were just like throwing money at Ferraris and frivolously buying yachts and just that type of stuff. You don't ever win when you play that game.
Yeah, because it's really tough. We had Dan Bilzerian on the show, and he talked about this, how he got a Ferrari and he like wasn't even excited about it because like he just kind of like had burnt out his dopamine receptors from like, you know, just living a certain lifestyle. And he was like, I drove it once. He like the first day he got it was cool, drove it 1 or 2 times, then never drove it again. He was like, what the hell? And then he kind of just started resenting it. I was like, damn, like that's what ends up happening. So yeah, I think
I don't think I'd want. We all look at Dan Bilzerian and think he's got the perfect life.
Nah,
I bet he's not as happy as.
He's cut back on a lot of it. He's cut back. Yeah, he's focused on things that matters now.
Dude,
you know?
I'm. It's funny because you're saying this right now, and I'm looking at my point of the lifestyle as well, and I'm like, damn, having all this stuff doesn't mean shit unless people you care about are doing it with you. So you could do that without the luxury stuff, which is just like have good experience with people you care about.
That's one of the things I talked about in my last book I wrote, Pillars of Wealth, is when you make cuts in your budget, it's easy to feel sorry for yourself. But if a lot of people are in a relationship and they're kind of masking the problems in their relationship by spending $500 on dinner.
Yeah.
By just doing expensive trips, with taking cruises, right? When you cut back on money solving problems, you're forced to find ways to connect with other human beings that are more meaningful. You're going to go pay $150 a month for jujitsu with your buddies. You're going to go mountain biking with your girl and actually have an experience that bonds you to be closer together. Like you start to realize what matters in life when you can't just solve every problem by throwing money at it. And when we printed money like we did, so many people were doing this, and that's what everybody sees on social media. Then they start to think that's what winning looks like.
One more point as well. Sorry to say this, but Angie and Myron can sit here, watch a documentary with Angie, and that's good enough. Someone goes to Miami, they need to go on a boat, go to dinner, all these things they need to do to feel happy. And you know what? You know, they're not really happy. They're just enjoying it to post on social media. So, in essence, I'm just saying, like, when you take things to a more like minimal level, you can see who people really are and appreciate for what you have.
We've been watching The Sopranos. Getting back in that because we're really interested in mafia stuff.
Forget about it.
Yeah. Because like I did a bunch of episodes on the Italian mob on Fed Reacts. So
we still got to do something.
Yeah, we do actually.
I was thinking about you when I saw the Tyreek Hill stuff.
Oh yeah,
right. Like how.
Yeah, I talked about that. He's an idiot for that. Like, dude, why the fuck did you roll your window back up? Yeah, we reacted to that last week, but like. Yeah, like you got to find yourself a chick that isn't going to be like a pain in the ass and be like, oh, I need to spend money on all this
because what makes
stuff.
you happy as a man is being able to make a woman happy. It feels very good to be able to provide for someone and to make their life better. So when they're a black hole that's
especially
never
when they're
happy,
easy to deal with.
That's the thing, right? Like,
but if you got like a chick that's like all materialistic and high maintenance, man, that's a nightmare, bro.
That's buying an expensive house that you lose money on every single month that you did for the neighbors because you want everyone else to think you look good, but it makes your life suck. Your house poor. Versus finding a great deal that puts money in your pocket every month that you love, that's like your favorite investment. Women would be having a way easier time finding guys to marry them if they were like, what's a good deal look like and how do I become a good deal, rather than trying to impress other women by jacking the price of their house up and just letting that sign sit in the yard and then becoming a short-term rental for weekend parties while they're waiting for Prince Charming to show up.
Yeah. Today's sponsor is Be Naked. After 30, your testosterone drops by 2% every year. Yeah, that's right. While you're out here scrolling TikTok, your masculinity is packing his bags. But you don't have to be that guy. Step up with Naked Organs. This ain't no soy boy supplement. This is straight up 100% bison organs, liver, kidney, heart. The stuff men have been using for centuries to stay sharp, strong, and keep their testosterone sky high. Forget your vegan pea protein, quinoa, or whatever weak sauce they're pushing. This is Primal Power, packed with B12, iron, and zinc. Real nutrients that your body needs to stay jacked and ready to dominate. Go to BeNaked.com, use code FRESH, and get 15% off. Keep your masculinity in check, guys. Code word FRESH. BeNaked.com, use code FRESH for 15% off.